All right, our next step is to actually put our buttonholes on for our buttons on our fly. So however many buttons you're using, I just have these 2 large buttons, and you're gonna decide where you want them. You do not want them above these buttonholes that you made for your drawstring because they would get lost in your waistband. So they need to be either matching that or below it. And with 2, I just want them below. I will actually sew my fly shut because as a girl, I don't want it open, doesn't matter. Pajama pants. So I think that it looks okay in this area. So I make a line above and below each button, and that's just for placement of my buttonhole. And I just used a pencil because it should wash out, or I can erase it. But so that is marked. The next thing is to go to the sewing machine. I still have a buttonhole foot on. My machine is still set to buttonhole. And now I'm gonna measure my buttonhole down here where it has it in millimeters. So I line my button up on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, I look. And this is a large button, and if you can see, it's like all the way to the 29 line, right here. So I have to change this number. So I'm just gonna arrow up. It is my recommendation that you make a practice buttonhole on a scrap of fabric so that it can be torn open to make sure that the button will slide through the buttonhole. Because obviously on these ones it's too big and it wouldn't work. So if you do it on a scrap, then you open these up and make sure it will slide through. I'm gonna take my chances and hope I don't have to rip. So I'll pull my machine forward. Remember that this goes towards me and then away from me, so the bottom line is being lined up on the inside of the presser foot. And I'm going to put my presser foot down. Now this is something I've learned just through trial and error. It is super important that this wheel is on a solid piece of fabric and not going to come off, or your buttonhole will not turn out right. All right, so again, I'm putting the white section of the red wheel lining up with the white line so that I can do this. So I want to make sure that this is straight so that it will go back and forth. And at this point, just like with the other one, if I can reach the pedal, we just go ahead and make the buttonhole. So it stopped, so I'm go ahead and pick my presser foot up, and you can see that I have a buttonhole. We set this over here. It actually looks like it'll fit, and it actually caught my lines for both the top and the bottom of my button.